Okay, today I'm taking a look at the OUTFITR 200-pound 2 e-bike rack with ramp. Oh, nice. So I do appreciate that they actually separated everything, so we don't have to worry about anything getting scratched. We do have our instructions. It says that it is 71.5 inches in length, 40 inches in width, 40 inches in height, and holds 200 pounds. And we do have lots of pictures for installing everything. So this is the important part. This is the ramp. One thing I can tell about it right now, that is a heavy-duty piece of metal. That is not some flimsy little thing. So it has what looks like a receiver there on the back. We got a rubber pad there on the edge. That is going to be to protect your concrete or whatever you might be putting this on. And then we got some hooks there on the other side to attach that to the rack. Lots and lots of cardboard protection, like seeing that. So here is our tire support. We do have a strap that is going to hold that in place. One thing I really like seeing about this is the paint job on this. It appears to be fairly thick and well done. So that means you're not going to have to worry about this thing rusting. So our strap is attached on one side, then we got our hook on the other. Yeah, very nice, simple design. All we got to do is push that clip, and we can pull that out. I appreciate we don't have to go hunting for anything. Everything is built right into that. So we got two of those. Here is the main support, one long, thick piece of aluminum. That's a pretty nice design. We just got a little clip right there. That'll hold it in place. We unlock it, and we can adjust that for whatever size bike we got. Got the same style of strap. Just press that button, and we can pull that open. Very nice. So these are our supports. Like, we got the same style strap right there on the top. We do have a nice thick rubber pad right there, so we don't have to worry about sanding anything off. And we got this flexible grip right here on the sides, so we will have points of contact going all the way around. Again, nice thick heavy duty piece of metal there. That looks about as strong as anything you'd be able to get. So that is for our hitch receiver. We actually have the threaded hole on that, something you don't normally see. And we got our mechanism on here, so we can actually rotate this guy up. So one of the nice things about this unit is you can have that rack sticking out, or you can fold that guy up. There we got our hardware. We got our center of the rack. So we'll figure that out. So first step is we are going to put our hitch together. So we're using a great big heavy duty bolt and a nylon lock nut. So we don't have to worry about that guy coming off. And these are both a 15/16. Now you want this to be tight enough that it's not going to rattle around, but you don't want it to be so tight that you can no longer move this mechanism. Then we've got our hitch pin, and we've got a cotter pin, and that can either drop in here, hold the holder right there, or we can flip it up and we could drop it in there. So that is how we're going to hold that guy up. It's going to be with that one pin. I'll drop that in and then clip the pin on. And another thing I do appreciate seeing is we actually have the load capacity written right there on the bike rack. That is something that's supposed to be on any kind of a rack, but surprisingly, most racks don't have it, so very glad to see that. Another thing I could say I appreciate is that most of these bolts come pre-installed. So you have to go hunting around for them, finding out which one goes where. So this is a 5/8 ratchet to put those in. But one of the things I'm noticing when I'm looking at this is you can see this is welded thoroughly all the way around it and into aluminum. And you can see the quality of those welds. Whoever did that definitely knew what they were doing. We even got welds right here. It's holding an extra bar just for extra support on this thing. This thing is built like a brick house. This is a substantial rack. All right, so now we're going to attach to our hitch. We want to make sure that we are going opposite directions. So we're going to have one bicycle facing that way and one bicycle facing that way. Now you can see that there is a hole right here. That is going to be for our main support, and that needs to be facing toward our rear chock. So these are going to attach with our carriage bolts. So again, appreciate that they got everything pre-attached. So we've got our carriage bolt, and you can see it's got a little square end on the inside. We got a washer and another nylon lock nut. So the head of the bolt is going to fit right in that slot. We're just going to line that up approximately. Do that with the other bolt. Then we can drop both of those in, put on our washer, and put on our lock nut. Because that carriage bolt has a little square on the end, the track will hold the other side in place. And that is using a 1/2" ratchet. Now we can slide this back and forth. Basically, we want to have it about centered. It's going to be kind of hard to tell what that is until we got the bike on it, but I think I'm going to be going fairly far forward, basically right up to where this weld is. Now we do want to have that tight for when we're testing everything and making sure it looks good, because we don't want to put weight on it without it being tight. But after we get everything set up and get the bike on there, then we can kind of give ourselves an idea of how we want to reset that in the event that we do want to reset that. That is already turning out to be a very heavy-duty looking rack. Okay, so the next step is the top support. So this is an 18 millimeter. I imagine the rest of it was also metric, but I got away with the standard. So we got a bolt with a lock washer and a washer. We got an end plate, and then we have 2 plastic spacers. So this is basically just going to be for limiting friction. We're going to attach one of those spacers. That is going to drop through, and we put on the other spacer, put on the end plate. And there's actually some little ears on there sticking out, so that is going to hold that in place and lock that down. And we'll do the same thing for the other one. We want to have both of these facing away from us, just so they're not getting in our way when we're putting our bike up. On the top of that bar, we're going to put this, and we're going to close this guy down, and that is going to lock it wherever we want it. This can rotate, so that can accommodate any kind of different frame, whatever you got going on with your bike. And we got one for the other side. So we've got this hitch pin, and that is going to go into the back, just kind of clips onto itself. And that is going to be for storing our ramp. We see you get this little cable here in the instructions. It says that if we want to, we can stick it onto that bolt so we don't have to worry about losing it. I think that's a good idea, so I am going to do that. So we can just pop that pin, pull that out, and let it drop. So there's only 2 things left. That is our hitch pin, and we got a little bag full of Velcro. And the Velcro is going to be for when we want to fold this guy up. We want to make sure this is not going to be rattling around. So we slide that so that it is underneath the aluminum frame. Then we can take the Velcro and we can attach it with that to make sure it's not rattling around. Very cool design. So these are Hemiway Zebras. There's 2 of them there. They're both e-bikes. They both weigh 80 pounds. These are super heavy bikes. So for the bolt, we got a lock washer, we got regular washer, and then it will literally thread in, which is pretty uncommon for a hitch pin, but that will definitely make it a lot more secure. And then we got a cotter pin, drop that on the other side. Now we don't have to worry about that coming out. That is pretty sweet. There we go. Where this is holding on, it is a little bit high. It is just peeking out the end. It would probably work, but I think I'm going to make it a little easier. We got some room right here. I'm going to try to clamp it right there instead. Yeah, that is nice. So all this is going to do is that's going to prevent it from swaying forward and backward. There are rubber guards on all these straps. So if our bikes are precious, and mine are, we don't have to worry about even damaging up those rims. So that is a big bike, and that rack is just big enough to hold it. That's one of the nice things about having an electric bike. You can just blap the throttle to get the thing to drive up. So there we go. That is 160 pounds. I noticed that there is about a 7-inch difference from this bike to this bike. You can actually unbolt that and then slide it forward about 3.5 inches so that both of these bikes are going to be even. Of course, that is going to vary depending on the bike that you put on here, but these are probably the only bikes I'm ever going to be putting on this rack, so I'm going to be doing that just so I got a permanent setting for that rack. So to even this up, loosen both these bolts here on the bottom, and I'm looking to add 3.5 inches right about there. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And the last thing I want to do is pull this rear support forward a bit. And the reason for that is because we want this strap to not just pull the tire down, we actually want to pull the tire in. So we want this strap to pull this way, we want this strap to pull this way. That way it's grabbing the entire bicycle and kind of squeezing it in. That way the bike doesn't have a chance to kind of roll back and forth. That is much better. So we are much more even on the back, and that is much more resistant to sliding around. Even as I was driving, I was thinking about like what could possibly go wrong, and I just couldn't think of anything. This is just a super solid built thing. Very well designed, very well thought out. I was thinking about that bolt that goes into the hitch. Because it's threaded, what this actually going to do is it's going to pull it into the hitch, so it's going to hold it steady, so it's not going to be rocking around as much. That way, even if you have a little bit of slop, it's not going to be a problem. Even down to the little rubber pad they got there on the ramp, very well engineered. So overall, that is an awesome rack.